Do you lose a lot of Rocket League 1v1 kickoffs? Do you perhaps despise the game mode and say things like 1v1 takes no skill, it's only kickoffs and demos? If that sounds like you, then sit right there, because I'm going to tell you one thing that you can do in your own games to improve your kickoff win rate, and it's going to be particularly useful against people who beat you over and over again in kickoffs in a 1v1 situation. I'm in an exhibition match here, and we're just going to very quickly go over some core fundamentals for the theory behind this. And the first thing is that I want you guys to think about the pitch not in terms of blue half and orange half, because that's not really relevant for this video, but instead think about the pitch being split right down the middle from the blue goal all the way to the orange goal. And it would look something like this. Let me just hop into paint right here. So we're splitting the pitch right down the middle. Now, I'm sure that most of you are aware that the 5 kickoff spawns in 1v1 are something like this. You've got the one in the middle at the back, and then you've got 2 slightly offset, and then 2 that are closest to the ball and diagonal. The one in the middle at the back doesn't really matter for this video, but the other 4 they matter a lot, and that is because in 1v1 there's 2 main strategies or 2 main ways to hit the ball in 1v1. So let's say that we spawn here on the left hand side of the field as we're looking at the ball. There are 2 ways that we can hit this ball. Either we can hook it, and that's in the sense of getting our car slightly to this side of the ball on the outside as we're looking at it from the spawning position, and we're trying to get the ball back into this side of the field as it's split left and right. Which way it goes doesn't really matter. We're just trying to get the ball into this side of the field because that's the way that our car is going to be dodging. If we do a side flip from this position, our car is going to land on the left hand side of the field. So we're trying to hook the ball back into the side of the field that we spawned on. The other variation would be the push kickoff, and that's where we're trying to force the ball into the opposite side of the field where we spawned on. Notice we're trying to get the ball on this side of the field. This is not the side that we spawned on. And again, you're going to do that by just getting your car slightly to the left-hand side of the ball this time and then pushing it right. And which way it goes doesn't really matter. You're going to get a strong kickoff possession if you can get your car and the ball to go in the same direction. Now, of course, if you're at the point in your Rocket League career where you're not really sure if your approach is as good as it could be to the ball, like you're supposed to dodge on your way to the ball to get there quickly and efficiently, have a little bit of boost left over to maneuver with, make sure that you're hitting the ball dead center, and make sure that you're dodging as late as possible so that you're getting the maximum impact into the ball and give yourself a better chance to win. If you don't feel like that is what you're doing, then yeah, obviously you need to fix all of those issues first. But if you think to yourself, right, I spawned on the left hand side, I did a perfect hook kickoff where I got to the right hand side of the ball, and I really honestly hit the ball as dead center as I could with a last second dodge. I got there pretty quick, even had a bit of boost left over from maneuvering afterwards, and I got crushed. I tried to force the ball this way, and it just didn't work in my favor at all. It maybe the ball did go this way, but it went way too hard this way, and it ended up in this half where the other guy's car was, and he took the ball. So if that happens to you, if you don't know what you did wrong mechanically, but you're still losing, then try to change your strategy. It's as simple as that. I've seen so many show matches, and that's the highest level 1v1 that you have in Rocket League these days, where a player will go for the exact same variation of kickoff over and over again. They'll go for a hook followed by a hook and then another one, and you know, notice that this position and this position, although they're not the same spawning point, players will go for roughly the same strategy where they'll try and get their car to this position, to the right of the ball, and then side flip to the left to get the ball to go this way, and it might not be working, and then whenever they're on the right hand side of the field, they're doing the opposite. They're trying to get to the left hand side of the ball and dodge this way, and that's not working either. In that position, or when that happens, just give it a go going the other way. And for those of you who only really have one solid approach, you're only good at setting up a push kickoff, you're not really good at setting up a hook kickoff, you might need to practice that a little bit, but you'll be amazed how much how quickly your success rate is going to improve if you just start taking note of what kickoffs or what strategies you were using in kickoffs that you lost and try something different. I know it's groundbreaking, right? You're saying to me, Johnny, so what you're telling us is if we lose a kickoff, do something else the next time, and you might have a better chance of winning. Yeah, that's exactly right. So take a very strict note of what you're doing. So let's say this is a game that I'm in, and I spawn right hand side, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for a hook kickoff to start off with. Get to the right hand side of the ball. Side flip through the center of the ball at the last second. I could have actually done that mechanically much better, but for some reason it's hard to visualize the mechanics of it when you're not actually playing against someone. But you guys get the idea. So imagine we went for a hook kickoff there and got obliterated. The other guy just crushed us for some reason. Even though I did the best mechanical approach possible, got the first touch, hit the ball dead center, we still lost. Well, in that situation, I would then go for a push kickoff the next time, where I'd push the ball across to the other side of the field. And I'm not saying it's going to work every time, but this, in my experience, not just playing but watching high-level 1v1 matches, has a ridiculously high rate of success. Now, that's not to say that it's the only way that you can, change your kickoff. There are, of course, other ways that you can adapt your strategy. The most prominent being the fake kickoff on the diagonal spawn, where you just do a little jump on your approach, and instead of dodging into the ball, you just peel away and then collect the ball in the back corner, where the other players hopefully hit it towards you. Yeah, that's fine as well. Just mix up the kickoff in some way. But first of all, I want you guys to give this a go, because I really do think it works very well. I've seen it work for professional players. I know that there's a few high-level 1v1 players who, when they're playing show matches on my stream, they'll listen to the stream at the same time. I don't know why anyone would do that, but people do. They want to listen to the commentary on a delay. And sometimes I'll notice, oh, this player's been going for push kickoffs every single time, and he's losing every single time. I would love to see him mix it up with a hook kickoff, and then bam, one hook kickoff, instant win. So that's the first thing you should try. And if that's not working, maybe you need to just sort out your mechanics. Maybe you need to use a bit more boost on the approach to get to the ball faster. Maybe you need to just go for a fake kickoff on the diagonal. Maybe you need to delay your approach so much on the straight up kickoff that you're you'll see K-Dub doing this, where he just hits the brakes around about here and then dodges really late into the ball, trying to get a dunk style kickoff. Of course you could do that as well. My only other comment about the straight up kickoff while we're here is that obviously you don't have a natural push or hook setup, because you do spawn dead center, so you can choose whichever way you want, and they're both completely the same. But one tip that I could give you on this kickoff is, when you're on your approach, try and spot whether or not the other guy is way off to one side. If he's way off to this side and it looks like he's going to hit the ball from this angle, then obviously you want to try and push the ball past his weak side. There's no point trying to go right through him. Just push it into the open field, or hook it into the open field. It just depends, obviously, where you spawned. And you're not guaranteed to have a lot of success. Sometimes people are really good at recovering a bad approach and turning it into a decent kickoff. But again, this is just as a percentage, you're going to have more success than if you just keep using the same strategy over and over again. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to make this last any longer than it needs to. What I do want to do is just go into a 1v1, and hopefully I'll lose a kickoff, and then we'll change which way we go and see what happens. Let's see. Okay, so looking at a replay that I played earlier, just to show you the evolution of kickoff strats that I went for. So first of all, we were on the straight up kickoff, so I just let him score, because I wanted to get to a kickoff that was on an offset spawn. Oh wait, the second kickoff will be here. So here we are, spawned on the left side of the field, and the first kickoff that we went for is a push kickoff. See that we're landing on the same side of the field, or we're approaching the ball from the same side of the field that we spawned on, trying to push the ball across him, and lo and behold, we won it. So that means that for the next kickoff, I'm going to go for the same strategy, because we won. So here we are on the right side of the field. We're going to try and push the ball left. And I actually screwed this one up. I'm not going to lie. My approach here was messed up. I landed a bit too far to the left, so I think my push kickoff might have just lost here mechanically, not necessarily strategically. But, just for science, I decided on the next kickoff to change it up, because technically I did go for a push kickoff there and I did lose. So let's go for a hook and see what happens. So this is what happened next. Hook kickoff. We, tried to keep the ball on this side. The ball actually didn't go on that side, but that's because his car was completely blocking that side. However, we do come out on top. We pick up a goal, so we want to kick off by hooking the ball. There we are, hooking it again, winning again. And every time that we win a kickoff, obviously we're just going to go for the same one. This one doesn't matter because it's a straight spawn. But let's look at the next one. Still, last time we hooked it and we won, so we're going to go for another hook. And yeah, that works also. So just going to keep on hooking it until he beats us. We're not going to stop hooking this ball until he beats our hook kickoff. And doesn't beat us this time either, so we're just going to keep on doing it over and over again. We're winning every kickoff here because we found out a pretty big weak spot for him. And there, finally, our hook kickoff loses. And this time I didn't get the best hitbox ever. But you'll notice he actually did change the position of his car to counter the hook more than he was previously. So now we're going to change it up. Our hook kickoff lost, so we're going to go for a push kickoff and see what happens. And there you go, so push kickoff won. And you'll see, especially in this one, look at where the other guy's car is. He's way off to that side. He really, really wants to block my hook kickoff because he's expecting me to be goal side right now and hitting the ball to the left. Look at that, he's way over to this side. And if I did go for a hook kickoff here, there's a good chance I'm losing because his car is blocking that avenue really, really well. But he's not blocking this avenue, the push kickoff, very well. And that's why we get the win. So we just won with a push shot straight up, doesn't matter, but hey, okay, next kickoff. We beat him with a push previously, so we'll just go for that again, see what happens. And actually, you know what? I think this could be called a win. Let's see what boost he's got. Yeah, I actually did win this kickoff. This is, like, if I played this correctly, I think I win this. This is actually a mess up after the fact. And also, I didn't even do a very good kickoff here. That's a really early dodge by me. If I did a stronger dodge here, that would have worked 100% of the time. Nearly beat him. Or I think I still did technically win that kickoff because I had more control over the ball than he did. And my mechanics in that one were awful. Yeah, you just want to keep on switching it up, guys. Keep on changing it up. I think in the last kickoff of this game, I actually did lose with a push because he was way over on that side. Somebody just subscribed to my Twitch while I'm not even streaming. That's cool. Thank you, whoever that was. Yeah, you'll see we'll go for a push kickoff here. Not the best hitbox by us, but he was blocking that side pretty hard. But yeah, that's just to illustrate, you know, the adaptation that you want to use, the adaptation I've been using in my own games, and it's been working pretty well. And it's simply start off whichever way you want, whether it be the hook or the push, and if you win, great. Just keep doing that over and over again until you lose. But when you lose, if you lose the first one, obviously you change after the first one. But if you lose in the second one, third one, doesn't matter, switch sides. Instead of hooking the ball, go for the push. Try and push it across into the other side. And you'll, I think, you'll be pretty happy with the results that you're getting. As long as your mechanics are good either way. A lot of the kickoffs there that I just showed you were not very good mechanically. It's been a while since I grinded once, so my once kickoff is pretty ropey right now. But even then, we're still able to win the vast majority of kickoffs. And versus the Batmobile, actually, which is pretty cool for me, because versus Batmobiles, I usually don't do very well. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think about this. You're not going to... well, I could just make a video of me doing kickoffs for 1 hour and showing you me doing it, but I think you're going to learn a lot more if you go and try this yourself. The concept is quite simple, and I explained it as best I could at the start of this video, so hopefully that made sense to you guys, and you can go and try that in your own games. Definitely let me know how you get on. The crux of it is, if you lose a kickoff, do something different the next time. That something different can be as simple as which way you're trying to get the ball past your opponent. But remember, which way is relative to where you spawn. It's not like, oh, I tried to put the ball left, so next time I'm going to go right. No, it's if I spawned left and tried to put the ball left and it didn't work, next time I'm going to put the ball to the side I didn't spawn, or push the ball into the side I didn't spawn on. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I've been wanting to share this strat for a while. I'm very confident that it's going to be helpful to many of you, but I want to know your guys' feedback on it. Please leave me a message in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. If I get any more tips like these, or if there's anything else you want to for me to make videos on, then let me know about that as well, and I'll see if I can come up with any decent sort of format or any decent advice. But yeah, this is it for now. Cheers, guys, and I'll see you later.